Hey, this is Kipp Bodnar from digitalcapitalism.com, and I'm going to talk to you just a little bit today about FriendFeed and how and why you should use it. So what is FriendFeed? FriendFeed is an aggregation service. It aggregates everything that you do online into one place, and it aggregates everything your friends do online into one place, and it allows you to interact with that content by liking it, showing that you approve of that content, and leaving comments for that content. So it allows you to have micro conversations around a particular posting, image, video, Twitter message, etc. So in a second we're going to switch over to FriendFeed, take a quick tour of how do you really use FriendFeed. I'm going to start off real quick first and talk about the value of it. FriendFeed for me has replaced a lot of my traditional RSS reader time. I still think RSS readers are really important, but for me, FriendFeed gives you two things that RSS readers for the most part can't. It gives you the ability to have micro conversations around a topic, and allows you to start conversations really quickly and have them in a neat thread a little bit better than, say, a service like Twitter does, for example. Additionally, in terms of FriendFeed, it also lets you discover new information far better than I think RSS readers do right now. So if you have 50 feeds in your RSS reader, you will discover new information from links and such that are mentioned within the entries that come into your RSS reader. But you're still always looking at those same 50 sources of information. FriendFeed, you're looking at people, and people, me for example, I've got 200 feeds in my RSS reader, and Robert Scoble's on FriendFeed, and he has thousands of feeds, and Wayne Sutton, and all these people have different feeds and different activities that they do online, and you're putting that all into one pot, and that allows for the discovery of information, the potential there to be far greater than you have at an RSS level of just a traditional RSS reader. So that's kind of my sell. I have some gripes with FriendFeed, and I'm going to talk about those real quick, and then we're going to go to the thing. Too much duplicate content. For example, everybody ports their Twitter messages into FriendFeed, and so if you follow that person on Twitter and on FriendFeed, you're seeing those messages too often. FriendFeed needs improvement in filtering information, reducing duplicate information, without question. Also, FriendFeed is still very early adopter. If you're not into a lot of the early adopter topics, you're not going to find as much value on FriendFeed as you will on something like Facebook, Twitter, something that has more mainstream participation. That being said, it's a really interesting platform, one I think that will grow significantly. I don't know if it will ever be mainstream, but I think it will grow a little past the early adopter set that is currently using it. So real quick, we're going to take a quick walkthrough of how to use FriendFeed, how I think you should use it, and then we're going to be done for the day. So let's look at this real quick. So we're coming into the desktop here. And so this is the FriendFeed web application. It's got two navigation bars, a top navigation bar and a left navigation bar. Top navigation bar is essentially actions for you as the user to complete. You can post a message directly to FriendFeed, you can post a picture, a link, or you can leave a comment. So kind of your actions of how you can contribute content quickly to FriendFeed can all be done from the top navigation. Also, over on the right, you have a couple of different viewing options, which you really need to pay attention to. This may be the most important part of using FriendFeed, honestly. This is a standard view. It's going to auto-refresh over a given period of time and put the newest, freshest content up at the top. You also have an option to get information in real time. So you're going to see stuff is going to start dropping down pretty rapidly here. And this is really useful if you're if you want information related to a hot current event topic, if you're following a conference. We haven't gotten to rooms yet, but let's say you're following a conference and then it has a FriendFeed room. You'll see a lot of feeds and a lot of information coming through here on FriendFeed, and it's going to just auto-refresh in real time, which is really powerful. And then you also have what's called a best of day. If you want to see what's getting the most conversation, the most interest on FriendFeed, you can click best of day, and it's going to show you what the hot topics are for that given time period. Some of them funny, some of them serious. Really interesting though to see what is generating the most conversation on FriendFeed. We're going to take a look real quick at the left navigation. This is kind of how you sort what you're looking at in the main pane. you're going to have your home screen, which is everything. All of your friends, all of your feeds, everything is there. You can also have different types of feed, favorites, professional. You can have a feed of just your Twitter friends if you'd like. You have your feed. So when you start using FriendFeed, you're going to sign up for a username. And then the next step is you're going to add services. And everything here are services that I have added into FriendFeed. So I've got video sharing sites, I've got my shared items on Google Reader, any comments I leave and discuss, bookmarks in Delicious, messages I post on Brightkite. I've got RSS feeds coming from all of my blogs and sites. So it's a really powerful way to share information. It really is, everything I'm doing online aggregated into one place. And the other thing is that you have rooms on FriendFeed. So, for example, I'm part of an applications room, which shows you the newest, latest, and greatest in terms of web applications. And what's nice about FriendFeed is that it's really the granular level of a conversation. For example, in the apps room here, you'll see that a lot of these applications are coming from the developer's website or a really small blog. You don't see a lot of TechCrunch, ReadWriteWeb, and everybody on here. You're really getting the first peek at information before it kind of goes upstream and goes to some of the larger blogs and starts having larger conversations around it. And that's really it. You've got some other navigation here. You can browse through your friends, add additional tools. FriendFeed has some really good widgets. If you're looking for your site, I really do like how they put all of everything into a nice widget in terms of all of your online activity and showing your FriendFeed activity. Really good stuff. You can post to Twitter from FriendFeed. Really powerful tool as well. I like that a lot. But that's FriendFeed in a nutshell. And the problem I think most people have with it is that it's so much information. But if you look at what we just looked at, it's really simple to use. The interface is clean. You use the same interface on your mobile browser, on your iPhone, BlackBerry, whatever mobile browsing device you're using. The other thing that I really want to focus on, really the true power of FriendFeed, comes around the idea of comments and likes. You can really have micro conversations on FriendFeed. So Robert Scoble here is posting a message, homework project, how many followers on social networks are real? My initial findings are astounding. Participate here as we discover what's going on. So he's having this debate about how many people are real followers on social networks. You see a lot of people like this. You can like it, showing that you're a fan. It's going to move it back up to the top of the FriendFeed stream, and it's also going to be recorded in your likes navigation. But the real power comes in comments. You can quickly just post a comment and be included. This post, for example, has 95 more comments than the few that are shown here. And you can post and participate in that micro conversation right here. Really, really interesting to me. That's really the power of FriendFeed. If you want to see what is popular, what's having a true conversation online right now, it's a really interesting way. Okay, we're going to finish up real quick. FriendFeed isn't for everybody. And sure, you get to have a lot of conversations, but it's with a small group of people. User base is small, mostly early adopters. Most of them, there's a big echo chamber factor in FriendFeed, and that's not to be ignored. But what you do have to understand is that it's probably right now the best platform for aggregating information in a social way, in a way that you can have a conversation around one individual piece of information that's part of a larger individual or room, for example. So that, I think, is a true value of FriendFeed. I would encourage you to sign up for FriendFeed, follow people. There's a Twitter to FriendFeed sync, so you can follow a lot of the people you follow on Twitter if you use Twitter on FriendFeed. To me, the true value lies in the information. Really great information discovery. Better than RSS, in my opinion. Definitely worth checking out. Definitely worth taking, 10 minutes a day to go on FriendFeed, look at what's happening there. Spend 5 or 10 minutes a day, and if you don't like it, then just stick it 5 minutes to see if you discover anything new. If you do like it, I think you'll find yourself spending some more time there. If you have any questions, I'm Kipp Bodnar 32 on FriendFeed. Post a message to me or leave a comment on one of my things. I'll get back with you. You can leave a comment on this video. It's going to be on FriendFeed. Or you can reach me on Twitter at Kipp Bodnar 32 on Twitter. Thanks. This is Kipp Bodnar for Digital Capitalism. Have a good day.